My American friends, have you ever considered moving to Canada? Think about it. The leader is nothing like Donald Trump, your currency is worth about 30% more, and you can get a race car for about $20,000. How's that for a deal, eh? I'm talking about the Nissan Micra Cup, a Canadian-only racing series that involves this, the super affordable Nissan Micra. How cheap is it? Well, it retails for about $10,000 Canadian. Now, kitted out for race duty like this vehicle here, the price just about doubles. But still, that's about half as expensive as a Mazda MX-5 Spec Series car. It all proves one point: a race car does not have to be expensive or super powerful. So how do you take a subcompact car racing? First, you have to gut the interior and fit a roll cage. Then you have the racing seat, harness, and window net. The suspension is completely replaced with Nismo gear, but the brakes are stock, augmented with racing pads. Under the hood of the Nissan Micra is a 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine that makes 109 horsepower. That's the same engine you get in the production car, and it's exactly the same as the race car. There are no engine modifications for this vehicle, except for a cold air intake and a muffler that makes this car sound like a real race car. I'd say it does a good job. Despite the lack of any additional power, this car is still very lightweight, weighing just around 2,200 pounds. That means you've got to use all of the momentum of this car to get around the track, and you can do so very quickly despite the lack of high horsepower numbers. What really helps is the Nismo suspension that makes this car a blast to handle, and the additional grippy tires from Pirelli. You might not think a little bit of suspension and brakes and tires can make a big difference, but trust me, they do. They turn this subcompact into a legitimate race car, and one that's an absolute blast to drive. The race car is just one aspect of the whole thing. The series has now expanded from Quebec to Ontario, opening up the field of competition and courses to race in. And as is the case in any spec series racing, the level of competition seems really even. Nissan has a huge motorsport presence. You might have heard their name drop during the Pirelli World Challenge, Le Mans, Super V8, and more. But now the Micra Cup brings racing to a whole new audience. It not only satisfies the need for a new spec series, but also is the most affordable racing series in Canada. It's unlikely that the Micra or this racing series will make its way to the US anytime soon, but the popularity is booming for the sport here in Canada. And for Canadians, this is proof that a cheap car can also be fun to drive and good enough to race. And as they say, what races on Sunday sells on Monday.